Hello, this is Websy Wongi's channel. I'm gonna do, like my first video I did, earlier, that I post or whatever, I did a video on my update. So, in this video, I'm going to talk about, and this is mainly, it's kind of relationship advice, but it's also like for women who are very emotional and sometimes they're confused with how they're feeling. So pretty much this is just something I experienced that maybe it will help you if you're going through this. I'll try not to be long and drawn out in this video, but I'm just going to give my experience. Let's see where to start. I've been with my boyfriend for a whole year. And a year ago, I was just for 3 days, I was with this one guy. And then I decided not to be with him. And then I moved to Florida and I'm with my boyfriend now. And then for the longest time, I had a hard decision because I felt like I generally cared about two guys. But, my eyes are open now to what I want because I've left. And I'm not going to try to sound like this is just rambling on about nonsense. It may help others. Who knows? I don't know. But yeah, instead of getting all the details, pretty much I was stuck for a year in a place. And many times I would have arguments with my boyfriend about insecurities, about feeling like, does he really want to be with me? And, he would want to talk to females and stuff, but not in a sexual way, just to talk, simply talk. And I used to have an issue with that. I used to have a problem with that. And, as a girl, as women, we could get jealous. I don't know if you have a jealous issue, but some women deal with that. And anyway, so forth went on, and just few months ago, I was planning on leaving my boyfriend because I was confused. Let's say I was confused because I thought sincerely I loved and cared about my boyfriend. But then I had this other guy in mind, and I feel like, if I'm with him, I wouldn't have this issue in my life. I wouldn't have this. And so I just dragged it on, and then was it last Saturday, I end up leaving my boyfriend and going with this guy. And my intention was not to like jump from situation to situation or guy from guy. I'm not like that, but at that time I felt like that was the right thing to do. And I was so mistaken because I've learned, yes, sometimes you have to change your situation by taking a leap of faith and going somewhere else. And I've learned that in that sense of doing that, not only did I felt like I really screwed up and a failure because of the choice that I made. It's just a lot of issues because when I got there finally, things would happen. The guy would talk to me and stuff, and things did not seem right. And I thought that's what I wanted. But in turns, it wasn't. It wasn't what I wanted for myself. I didn't feel at peace with that. And so I planned on finding a way to stay at someone's house. And somehow getting back here, and eventually I did. Tuesday at 2 a.m. I finally got here. And it just, it's hard sometimes when we as women, we don't feel secure in a situation. We don't feel safe, I should say. And it may not be an abusive relationship. It may not be in a situation where we feel like we deserve to be there necessarily, but it felt like for me, I needed that space. I needed that break. And it just really opened my mind that, I had a breakdown while I was there in Mississippi, and just things led up to realize that I was meant to be with my boyfriend now. And it's really hard to talk about it because it's like, some people will take it and realize, oh, you made a rash decision. You went with your feelings and emotions, but I felt like at the time that's what I needed to do. I needed to take space. I needed to get away from the situation. And I've learned too that sometimes we need that. Sometimes we need that escape. Sometimes we need to step back for a moment and see, is this what I really want? Is this who I really love? And for the longest time, if you've seen previous videos, I talk about my situation. And it just got harder for me to deal with it, so I just left. And it just honestly helped me see that, I seriously love my boyfriend, and I want it to work out, and I want to be with him despite the things we've gone through. And if I can compromise a little bit, not only for my happiness, but happiness, and he can compromise for the things he has issues with, and if we can come together and find an agreement. And I think the most important thing that we both need, thank goodness we do have a guest house to live in. That is a plus. I'm not actually living with his family, or he's not actually living with them. I mean, he is. But the fact that, we do have a guest room to stay in. And, we're working towards goals and things we have in mind. And that's a start. We can't just do nothing. We have to find a way to make it work. And I know that's pretty much rambling on my situation. But just an insight, as women, sometimes you need that escape. Sometimes you need to get out just for a few days and to rethink, what do you want? Not what your family wants, not what your friends want, but for you, what do you want in life? Do you want to be in the relationship that you're in, or do you just want to be with who you really love? And sometimes we have to lose things and lose the people we love in order to realize that they really do need to be in your life and that you really do love them. And that's what it showed me and my boyfriend, that, we really needed each other. And, what he said to me that really spoke volume, that he loves me despite everything we've been through, is that I'm his greatest weakness, but yet he needs me. And I feel the same way. So I hope that was some help to any of you that are in relationships, married, or boyfriend-girlfriend situation, or just any other situations. That sometimes you just got to get away for a couple days, or just get away for an hour or so. Find your space. Find what you want for once. So I hope everyone liked that. And just figure out what you want for once. So hope you guys have a good day.